Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. So we're going to do a little bit of a hangout today. We're going to do a little bit of a live conversation with each other because I know a lot of you have no lives. You're a bunch of broke losers. You don't have side jobs, but then you complain about not being able to make rent, blah, 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 blah. So you need somebody to hang out with on the weekend. And that person is me because I am a very entertaining and cool person. As a matter of fact, I am probably the most hilarious, entertaining person in the world. Now, you may say, Strongman, that can't possibly be true because you only have 15,900 something subscribers. And I say back to you, that's because YouTube must be shadow banning me. There is no other possible reason that I am not one of the biggest YouTubers of all time. And when that day eventually comes, you're going to look back on all these conversations that we had, all this time you spent with me, allowing me to grift you and siphon you of all your wealth and net worth. And you're going to say, thank you, Strongman. I was there when you were just a small little brokey YouTuber. I was there when you were insignificant. I was there when you were mocked relentlessly by the clowns, when everybody made fun of you and said you were a failure at everything you've ever done. I believed in you, Strongman. I became a member of your channel, and I let you plunder my bank account every single month. I let you take that $4.99 out of my account, insult me, call me a clown, disrespect me, and I want to thank you for this, Strongman. You are a true American hero. So we're going to let the audience and the comments build up a little bit, and we're just going to hang out because I got nothing to do until later tonight, and then I have some things to do. I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So we got some people coming in. We got Capital Mindset in the house. Ryu. We're going to Miami. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Yeah. If anybody's down in Miami and you want to buy me drinks all weekend, in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be down in Miami, and I'm so excited. I've been wanting to go to Miami for so long. I guess I just have this, like, image of Miami that's probably not even true, but I'm a man of the tropics. I love the heat. I call myself Heat Man. Number one, because I'm very hot and attractive, obviously. I mean, look at my muscles, look at my beautiful haircut, and look at the green glow that is emanating from my head. But number two, I really enjoy the heat. I love going on runs when it's 95 degrees and being drenched in sweat. I mean, I am disgusting when I run in the heat. Oh my God. See, some people sweat. Obviously, they perspire. They perspirate, whatever the word is, when they go on runs. Me, I'm like double the wetness of the average person. I remember in high school when I was wrestling, I would start sweating and literally people could not grab me. Like they would grab my leg, my beautiful hairy legs, and their hand would just slide off of my legs very sensually, but they couldn't grab me because I would sweat so much. I think my body or, my genetics are adapted for very hot environments because most people, they're like, oh, it's so hot outside. I'm melting. I'm going to be a heat casualty. And me, I'm out there. I'm like, okay, it's hot, but hey, I'm just glad it's not cold. Now, on the contrary, I hate the cold. I am a little mussy in the cold. When it's 35 degrees, I am a very unhappy man. I am pissed off. I hate the winter. I get depressed in the winter. In the summer, I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy. And then it starts, then fall comes, and it's like, oh my God, I can feel the chill. It's starting to get in the 60s and the 50s. And then before you know it, it's freaking 32 degrees in the morning. And every morning I have to go out to my car, and it's covered in frost. And I didn't have an ice scraper for the longest time. So I had to use a credit card to wipe off the ice from the windows in my car. I hate the cold. I cannot stand the cold. I mean, if I could move to a tropical paradise, I would, but unfortunately, I'm stuck in Virginia. I have a home here. I'm not buying a new home, not with these interest rates. I don't want to spend more money on a freaking house. I like my house. I like the community. My kids live here. My parents are 2 hours away. The other grandparents are here. The queen is here. Everything's here. So I am stuck in good old Virginia. Yeah. But maybe when I'm like 50, 55, maybe I'll move down. All right, let's do some member comments. All right. Oh, we have a non-member comment. 007 Clownfish. Of all the super small mid YouTube channels, Strongman is one of the best. Unfortunately, I am a smaller YouTube channel. And it's funny because, like, it's not easy to get monetized on YouTube. All these people make it seem like it's so easy. Oh, just start a YouTube channel and just talk, bro. And before you know it, you'll have 100,000 subscribers. No, it's actually extremely difficult to get monetized on YouTube. And then, I've finally been able to build. I'm just under 16,000 subscribers. It's been 5 freaking years. And then, of course, I see these other clowns, right? So most people, they struggle to get 1,000 subscribers because it's hard. And then you see these other clowns, they come on YouTube, they make one video and it goes freaking viral. One video. And half the time, the video is like a stupid recording. Like they put the phone on the counter. They go, my life's a disaster. I'm a loser. I have no friends and no job. I'm a loser. Oh. And then their video goes freaking viral. And here I am trying to pump good investing, and I get nothing for it. But yes, I am the best. I'm the best of everybody. I'm just here for the VT propaganda. We got the free member, Big A. What does the A stand for? I'll hazard a guess. Any plans to travel internationally for a vacation soon? So I have 2 grandiose trips that I want to do. But I'm probably first going to go to Europe. I would like to go to Europe, and I'd like to do a grand Euro tour where I probably fly into like Paris. Yeah, probably Paris. Probably be the best place to start, or maybe somewhere in Germany. And then I would just do a big tour of like Germany, France, Italy, and Spain, and maybe England. So I guess if I wanted to do it, I'd have to go in like a circle. So I'd start in Germanistan, and then I'd probably go to Ingly Wingly. Because you can actually, can you? So the last time I drove from Germany to England, I actually drove to a ferry. And we put our car, parked it in the ferry, and then they ferry you across the English Channel into England. So, and you got to be careful because they drive on the wrong side of the freaking road in England. But I went I'll drive to Germany, I'll take the ferry, I'll go to London with a rental car, obviously. Maybe I'll just do public transportation. And then from there, I'll drive back across into France. And then from France, I'll go to Spain. I'll probably stop in Barcelona. And then from Barcelona, I'll make my way into Italy, drive around Italy. Maybe I'll go to Rome, Venice. And then from there, I'll drive through the Alps and go back into Germany and fly out. That's probably the mega Euro tour, but that's kind of far in the future. I'm not planning to do that next year. So, but yes, that's my grandiose vision for Europe. I would love to go visit Russia. That's one of the countries I've never been to. Never been to Russia. I would like to go, but obviously because of all the drama, I can't go see Russia. I've seen Eastern Europe. I've been to Latvia, like Riga, Latvia, and I've been to Vilnius. I think it's Lithuania. And they're okay. Like, honestly, if you're going to travel to Europe, I would avoid Eastern Europe. I mean, Riga is the only big city in Latvia, and it's really not that cool. And then Vilnius is kind of small. I would say if you want to go to Europe, I would stick to Western Europe, mostly. So that's my advice to you. But Russia would be cool because Russia, obviously, they got big Moscow, St. Petersburg. Maybe I'll go to Stalingrad. I think they call it I think they renamed Stalingrad to something else. But probably like Petrograd or something. But I can't go to Russia for a while. But one day I'm sure I will. So that's that. So that's my Euro trip plan. Obviously refine it, but that's going to be a couple years out. Like obviously next year I'm focused on building self-employed income. And then if I start printing tendies self-employed, you know, I could definitely, even if I had to drop $5,000, I think it'd be worth it to go to Europe. And then my other freaking vacation that I want to do is like a big Asia tour. So I'd want to go to Japan. I'd go to probably Japan, Thailand, Bangkok, just for the sights, of course. And then where else would I go? Maybe South Korea. Go hit up South Korea, and then maybe China. I don't know if I'm even allowed to go to China because I'm in the military, but I would like to go back to China as an adult. I went to China as a child. I walked in the Great Wall. That's where the CCP finally corrupted me and made me into a CCP communist Marxist agent. Is when I went to China as a kid. But I've never been to Japan. I've lived in South Korea. I've visited China. I've been to Bangkok, but never been to Japan. So I definitely want to do Tokyo so I can see all the robots and crap there. So that's kind of the big Asia tour. But the first tour is obviously going to be Europa. Alan Carlson, are you taking your boyfriend Cole to Miami? I don't know if Cole's coming or not, but we got a couple boyos going down there. Sounds like you got kidney issues if you're sweating. No, I'm just a sweaty boy. People have always said, oh, you pee a lot. You have kidney issues. I devour water. I guzzle water insanely. And when I go run, I sweat. I just think I'm adapted to the heat. And on the contrary, I'm definitely not adapted to the cold. Even though I'm European, supposedly. It's 99 in New Orleans today, so the humidity probably felt... New Orleans was... Oh, my God, it was hot. I mean, so me and my buddy probably walked like 8 miles one day and 7 miles the next day, and I was just soaked like I had took in a bath. It was we walked and walked, and I was like dying of thirst. I was dying. So we decided to stop at a Popeyes, and he orders a meal. He gets like a whole meal, and they instantly make his meal, right? His meal's instantly done. I'm sitting there. I just order a drink. I just ordered like an unsweet tea, and it took like 15 minutes to get my freaking tea. And the whole time I'm sitting there dying of thirst. I'm standing by the counter like, hello, can I have my sweet tea? And he basically finished his freaking food before I even got my sweet tea. God, it was hot. Woo! Yeah, John, with the cold, you can always layer up. With heat, you can only go run in the nude. Well, I layer up and I'm still freaking cold. I hate the cold. I've been in the army out in the cold. I hate it. You get up in the morning and it's like ice is everywhere and you got to get out of your sleeping bag and you're shivering and I hate it. I cannot do the cold. Cannot do the cold. A is for Alejandro. I was born in Spain. Oh, you're Spanish. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Spain's cool. I haven't seen a lot of Spain. I've only been to Barcelona or like, what do they call it? Lloret de Mar. I've been to Barcelona a couple times. My first queen was half Spanish. Her mom was like actually from Spain. I am Spanish. So we went in Barcelona, and that woman could walk. So when we went to Barcelona, Lloret de Mar, whatever, she's like, "Oh, would you like to go for a little walk?" Because she was Spanish, but then she moved to England and developed an English accent. Would you like to go for a little stroll? So I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna go for a little stroll, just a little walk. And we end up walking for like 6-7 miles, and I was dead. And that was like the first half of the day. And then we took a break, and then we like, oh, let's go for another little stroll. And whenever she said a little stroll, I knew we were gonna be walking for like 6, 7, 8 miles. Like, I'm kind of an Amerifat when it comes to walking. So, woo! But no, Barcelona's pretty cool. When is the soggy noggy coming back? He said pretty soon. He's got some stuff going on. He's a busy boy. We're all busy boys, except for me. Only reason I can do this, I don't have my kids this weekend. And it's not tax season, so I can just hang out here and farm money from people. but he'll be back. Gonna clap some Europore cheeks. I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Amsterdam and catch an STD. I'm not really into that. Like, I can't just walk down a red light district, look into a window, see a woman, hey, and just go in there and do it. I can't do that. That's just not. I need a little bit of connection. I need a little bit of knowing the person before I just hire somebody for some 5 seconds of clapping. We got our first super chat today. Thank you very much. 007 Clownfish, $2. Got a super chat to legalize you reading my comment. That's right, boy. You got to give me money. You think you're going to get something out of me without paying me? Where is my cheddar? Pay me my money. My money. Give me my GDP, baby. Yeah. Thank you, Clownfish. If you just got a membership, Clownfish, you wouldn't have to super chat. Going to Thailand for the lady boys. So when I was there, we my mom had a family friend, or my parents had family friends, and the lady had a home in Thailand in like this high rise. So we literally went with her. My dad was in Afghanistan. He was deployed back in I don't even remember. It was a long time ago. So me and my mom and my sister, we went to Thailand and stayed with this lady in her home in Thailand for a full freaking month. It was pretty cool. She had a pool downstairs, in the little common area, and we did it. We did everything. We went and saw the elephants. We went on the water, on some boats. And funny enough, it was like the Thai New Year or something like that. And basically what they do is it's this huge celebration in Bangkok. And they have this mud. It's like this mud. And they just wipe it on everybody's face. They cover themselves in this mud. So I'm walking down the street in Thailand. I'm like 16 or 15 or maybe even younger than that. And these people just came up and started putting mud on my face. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you putting mud on my face? You want to fight, boy? So that was interesting. And then my mom's like, oh, hey, there's the lady boy, because I guess there's like a lady boy district. And I'm walking around in like a muscle shirt, right? I'm this like young, fresh boy. And she's like, hey, you want to go down to the lady boy district? And I'm like, no. My cheeks are precious. I don't need them violated. So thankfully we never went down there, but I'm sure I saw them, but I probably thought they were chicks. Oh, and I also swallowed a red pepper whole. So we went to this Thai restaurant, and I was eating this soup, and I literally swallowed a red pepper whole, and I was dying. And now everybody in the restaurant was freaking out, like bringing me milk and stuff. And I was like, and I had disturbed bowels for 2 days after that. It was pretty bad. So, but it was pretty cool. And now that I'm an adult, I can partake in other things in Thailand. And man, me, handsome white boy, I'd be slaying in Thailand if I wanted to. It'd be easy. I'm competing with a bunch of fat losers. Dex Invictus, China corrupted you and forced you to buy Baba. Yeah, they sent waves into my brain. China is good. Buy Chinese stocks. And it never left me. Pay pigs. This chat almost. No, we're just beginning. We got a comment from Sparky. Lloret de Mar, that's a seaside town near Barcelona. You take the train from Barcelona that goes along the beach. I've been there on holiday, small. Yeah, oh yeah, we did take the train. We went to one of the beaches too. Yeah. It was cool. I liked it. Chris said he's hanging out for a while, wants more super. That's right. I'm plundering you clowns. And hey, I got to get used to streaming all the time, because once I'm self-employed, either I'm working out, I'm doing taxes, I'm doing bookkeeping, I'm either doing textbooks or I'm doing army stuff, and if I have free time, my butt's going to be in this chair on YouTube, plundering my fan base as much as I possibly can, either through memberships, super chats, ad revenue, shilling my tax services constantly. That's the plan. Because what I don't want to do is just lay in bed all day and F off. Because when you're self-employed, you still have to kind of give yourself a schedule. You can't just be like, oh, I'm self-employed now, so I don't have to work. No, you do. Okay. You got to get yourself into a groove. And then once the tax business picks up, which I know it will because CPAs are retiring like crazy and I had pretty good growth last year. Once the tax business, like if I can make 50, 60 grand in a tax season, that's more than enough to survive easily for the rest of the year. And then I can just do YouTube whenever I freaking want. So I think life's going to be good. So basically, I'm just going to have to hustle and grind for a couple months each year. And it's really not that bad. I can get it done pretty quick because I've been doing it for a while. It gets easier the more you do it. I work hard for a couple months and then I ride off into the sunset. And, maybe I'll have some bookkeeping clients, but bookkeeping's easy too, as long as you know what you're doing. So I think life's going to be good. And then, the goal is to replace my full-time job income with self-employment income. And then once I do that, I'm living like a king. I'm living like a king. But yes, I'll be on YouTube a lot more than you're used to. You'll be tired of seeing my handsome face. Jay Nagy is my favorite soggy. He's a true Kang. Throw. You say tendies and cook too much. Diversify your speech. You'll sound smarter. Look, I sound insanely smart on YouTube. Okay? Everything I say is brilliant when you actually look at it. But people don't realize that, and they just think I'm this clown. They think I'm this moron that just screams and rews. When I'm trying to teach you clowns something that'll actually help you in your freaking life. And guess what? You all hate me for it. But if you, I don't know, what does Jeremy do? Like, how does he convince people he's smart? He pulls up a balance sheet. Here's what he's been doing recently. He pulls up an income statement and he circles every line item with a certain color. And that's apparently his analysis. Like, he actually understands accounting. He does not understand accounting at all. But he pulls up his little income statement. He makes little colorful circles. And then all the morons, wow, look at that analysis. He circled numbers with pretty colors. And then he goes, roo, roo, boy. And he gets 1 trillion subscribers and like infinite money from YouTube. John tipped 100. You little liar. That you didn't give me $100. If you gave me $100, I'd close this live stream right now and go back to sleep. Disturbed bowels. Oh, bro. It was bad. I mean, it's a funny story now, but it was not funny back then. Someone calls me a ladyboy slayer. I'm not interested in ladyboys. Okay. You know what I like? Ladies. I know it's a weird concept in 2025 in America. I like ladies. Katui. Things you should never hear from friends or family. Hey, do you want to go to the ladyboy district? Yeah. That was a little terrifying. I'm okay, though. You're going to be counting so many tendies self-employed. I love self-employment income. It's so much better than getting a paycheck from a job. I mean, it's got its ups and downs. Like, some months on YouTube, I make a ton of money. Other months on YouTube, I don't make a lot of money. It's all up and down. It's all random. But it's so satisfying. Like, when somebody pays you for a tax return, like, let's say somebody sends you $1,000. It's so much more satisfying to have somebody just send you $1,000 than it is to go to your work and sit in your desk and log in and drink your coffee and blah, 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 and you get the same paycheck. I like self-employment. I think it's very addicting. Okay. And imagine if you have a successful CPA firm, like let's say you scale up to where you have like 100,000 in revenue a year. You go into tax season, right? And you basically make $100,000 in 3 months. So you just see this tidal wave, this avalanche of money coming into your account. Like, that's got to be a great feeling. And then you finish tax season and you got $100,000 and it's like, well, you got to pay tax on it, obviously. And you're like, okay, well, I got 100 grand. Hopefully I can make this last for the rest of the year. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. So I think it's pretty cool. And I've been working up to self-employment for a while. Starting in 2020, the first thing that cued me in that I could be self-employed was tutoring. I always hated working at jobs. I thought they're stupid. Felt like it was leading nowhere. And I started tutoring on the side. And in the first year, I made $20,000 tutoring. Like I was getting client after client after client after client after client, and they're all giving me 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5. Chris is amazing. He's awesome. And I'm like, man, I can just like go on this website, work 6 hours on the weekend, make a couple $100. I thought it was pretty cool. And I'm like, you know what? I kind of like this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot better than going to work. And I don't mind working on the weekends. It doesn't bother me because it doesn't feel like work. Like going on YouTube does not feel like work. It doesn't. It's fun. I like to get on here and blab and run my dirty mouth. My dirty, stinky mouth. 60K during tax season, then fat dividends from T-bills. Yeah, but basically all I have to do is if I made 60K from tax season, obviously I'd take some money off the top for taxes. And, and I could spread that out over, 4 quarters. And then, I'll just I'll put 36 grand into treasuries, and then I'll send myself back 3 grand every month. So basically I'll have my plan next year is I'm going to have a money market fund, and I'm going to cut myself a $3,000 check or a transfer from my money market to my checking account. And I'm just that's my salary that I'm going to be paying myself. So I think that's pretty cool. And then basically during tax season, every dime I make, I'm going to throw it into the treasuries. So let's say I make 10 grand in a month, all 10 grand goes in the treasuries, and then 3 grand a month comes out. Either I'll do that. My other idea is I'll try to have 5 grand in my checking account at the beginning of every month. So let's say, for example, in January, I have 10 grand in my checking account. Well, then I would transfer 5 grand to the treasuries. And then the next month, if I end the month with 2 grand in my checking account, well, then I would transfer 3 grand to plus it up to 5. I don't know which way would be easier. Probably just doing it once a month would be easier. Just keeping 5 grand in the checking as of the first of the month. Because the other alternative is every time I get paid, I transfer it into treasuries, and then I transfer 3 grand out, which seems like a lot of transactions. Like it's a lot of buying and selling. So I'll probably settle on the 5 grand thing where if I have 5 grand at the beginning of every month in my checking account, I'm good. And anything extra would go into treasuries. My accountant passed away. You could take over his business. Well, I don't want I'm not buying anybody's business. I want my own clients. That's it. I'm going to get my own clients directly or through referrals. And but I'm not acquiring somebody else's business because a lot of people buy other accounting practices. No, I have my system. I figured out how to do it. I'm going to have my own clients, and that's it. And I don't want to buy somebody's huge business. Like I can't support a client base with $250,000 of revenue. I don't have maybe I could do that many returns, but that would be brutal. That would be absolutely brutal. At a certain point, I can't take any more clients. I'm not going to be able to. I'll be booked out, and I don't aspire to have this huge tax practice. I never want employees ever. I want it to be me and me alone. The only people I'll hire will be my kids if they're even interested in doing taxes when they're older. That's the only person I'll ever hire would be one of my kids. Big A. I've actually never been employed. I went straight into commercial real estate straight out of college. I'm the exact opposite. I have been employed my whole freaking life. Okay. I graduated college. I went directly into the Army. Well, okay. I was unemployed for a year. And then I did 5 years in the Army, got off the active duty, stayed in the reserves, moved to Germany with my first queen for a year, got divorced, came back to the States, moved in with my parents for about 5-6 months. I was unemployed at that point. And then I got the job at NASA. And then I moved down here, worked at NASA for almost 4 years. That was a disaster and a waste of my time, and I regret ever working at that garbage freaking institution. Such a waste of my freaking time. And then from NASA, I quit NASA without a job lined up, but then I got a job at a CPA firm, thank God. And then I did another CPA firm, and then now I'm at my current job with my tax business on the side. But I mean, I've basically been like working for the man my whole life. And I've had like side grifts, obviously, ever since 2020. So what happened to the tutoring strongman? It run its course, decided to grift full time. No, I would actually still tutor, but the website is completely died off. Actually, let me go check it. Because during the pandemic, when we were all locked down, like everybody was doing remote tutoring. And it was just like unending tidal wave of clients. Like every day I'd get new clients. So yeah, here, let's look at the tutoring site now. Let me share my screen here. Let me show you. You need some visualization. So here's Wyzant. So I'd log on here and I would get tutoring requests, number one. And then number two, you could apply for jobs. I've got some unread web messages. So I did 625 hours with a 5-star rating, I may add. But the best way to do it was to apply for jobs. So I clicked this button right here. And back in the day, it had like a 90, 100, 120 jobs. There were so many jobs, so many opportunities. And I would just go down the list and I would copy and paste and just say the same message. But now it's literally 5 jobs. 5 jobs. Tax accounting. I'm looking for help with tax. 36 an hour? No. QuickBooks. I'm a bookkeeper learning UltraTax. I need someone to tutor me on Ultra. I used UltraTax like 2 years ago. I forgot it. QuickBooks. I have used Quicken since the 1990s. Started syncing to my financial institute. Tax accounting. I have a payroll tax interview. I heard that it can be challenging with many technical questions. And then business. I'm studying for Salesforce Marketing Cloud Administrator exam. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. So this is all that's left on the freaking website. This thing is dead. This thing completely died off. But back in the day, I printed some. Look at that. Look how much Daddy made. Look at those tin. Where'd it go? Hello? Hello? Look at that. I made $27,405. Times were good, baby. And then basically what happens is when you tutor, they take I think it was 20 or 25% of your hourly earnings. So you tutor somebody, you see the results here. They would pay you, like if I build out at 70 or 75 an hour, we do the hour, I'd submit the lesson, and then it shows you how much you get paid here. And then they paid out like once every week or two, something like that. Yeah, pay percent, 25%. So it was good for a while, but it just completely died off. So I've got some unread messages. Chris, can you tutor me? Now, if this thing picked back up, yeah, it'd be easy side money. I could make 1,000 or more a month easily from this, but unfortunately, it just completely died off. So can't do it anymore. Wish I could. But no, that was my intro into self-employment, and I got addicted to it. I'm contributing to Strongman's second Blue Pill Grift channel. Join. Thank you very much. I should get discounts for videos on. Well, yeah. If you're a member, sponsored videos are $45. If you're a non-member brokey loser clown, they're $50. Ryu, what's up, Pay Pigs? Spence doesn't exist. Space doesn't exist. Yeah, maybe the world. We're on a turtle's back. An okay performing game that takes me 2 to 3 months to makes like $20K its first month. Don't need a brokey job. Gil, what is the name of the game? Tell me the name of the game now. I will buy your game, but you have to tell me the game's name. That's still an impressive resume, Strongman. I was only able to do it using rich parent shortcuts. They help with down payments, Mets on the. Well, lucky you. Yeah, no, I didn't. I mean, my parents, I guess, covered my health insurance when I was in college, and they covered my phone bill. But basically, in college, I lived there for free. I had free food on the campus. Tuition was free because the Army paid for it. And I got a little stipend from the Army. And I basically just lived off that. I mean, I had free food, so I didn't really spend a lot. I mean, I'd occasionally go out to eat and spend $10, but that was it. Mobile games. Nope, mobile games are Rainbow. She's on Steam. Do you have insurance for your YouTube channel? How much does it cost? I have insurance for my tax errors and omissions. I think it's like $20 a month. It's not that expensive. I got it through Next. And yeah, basically just covers errors and omissions. So I don't really have many business bills. I have Dropbox. That's like, if you annualize it out, it's like $17, $18 a month. I have Google Meet plus YouTube Premium. That's like $20 a month. The Next insurance is $20 a month. Norton Internet security is $5 a month. Adobe, I'm paying like $12 a month. I'm not sure I need Adobe. I mean, I'll keep it for next tax season, but I may get rid of that. But besides that, the biggest expense for my tax business is the software. And last tax season, I was paying by return. So if I got a new client, I would instantly go ahead and buy a return, and it was like $30.99 for an individual return. And then I would be able to file one return for $39.99. So I was doing pay per return. But this year, I went ahead and already bought the unlimited software for 2025. So I spent $2,000, and now I can do unlimited returns in 2025. So that's my biggest expense. So you think about how you could scale that, right? You know, if you only have 100 clients, you know, your margins are not going to be as high. But if you have 300 clients and you still only pay $2,000 for unlimited returns, your margins just go vertical. So it's a very low cost business, very low cost. That's why I don't care about the revenue. I want the profits. If I can make 100,000 in revenue, my profits are probably $90,000. Well, probably higher. $95,000 profits. Like, that's an insane margin. Who needs more than $95,000? I'd be a god. Living like a king. Can't share my games. Don't want to dox myself. Oh, come on, Gil. We're not going to believe you unless we see that. Email me the game. I will not dox you. I will not reveal your name. I just want to see the game. Do it. Email me. Space is fake. I can't have gambling or you know what in my legacy. What are your thoughts of rental units with a 6% yearly return instead of VT or as a wealth diversification? I hate rental property. I will never, ever, ever, ever have a rental property. I don't care if it has higher returns in excess of VT. I don't care if it diversifies my portfolio. The amount of hassle that you put up with absolute morons is a pain. And I don't want to buy homes with debt. I want to be able to make a bunch of money from self-employment and keep my expenses low. And that's the only hassle I have. I have enough hassle in my life. I got kids. I got a job. I got YouTube. I got tax preparation. I'm in the Army. I work out almost every day. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. Okay. And the last thing I want to do is have some freaking clown family in a rental property calling me every day. The heater went out. Oh, you're a bad landlord. You're a scumbag. I don't want to deal with that. Pain in my freaking rear end. So no, I'm never, ever having a rental property. VT and treasuries. VT and treasuries. That's it. Simplicity is king. If you simplify your life, you can focus on maximizing your income. If I had a bunch of other crap in my life, I wouldn't be able to do all the stuff that I do. But I've made my life super efficient. Okay? Here's what I do. I get off work, directly to the gym, 30 to 45 minutes, I'm done. I come home, I get a rotisserie chicken, or I make a Trader Joe's frozen meal. I'm done eating in like 10 to 15 minutes. I go upstairs, I take a shower. It's about 6 o'clock and I'm ready to roll because I got nothing else to do, or I got no other crap that I have to figure out. But if you complicate your life, you're not going to have time to do anything else. Okay. Imagine if I had like to cook meals every day, like big meals. It'd take me an hour to cook. I don't want to waste an hour at night cooking. No. So it's either a rotisserie or some kind of frozen meal from Trader Joe's. And it's good. And then I don't take a long time showering. I shower in like, I can literally shower in like a minute or two. I can shower very fast. So I waste almost no time in things that don't matter. And that's how I can maximize other things. So no, I will never have a rental property. I've learned in my life to keep things simple, and it works. I'll pay the 45 to have strongman debate Gil, but Gil won't do it. Let's go, Gil. Let's go, baby doll. I will destroy you. Arthur Rogers, Palantir finished you. I fervently disagree that Palantir finished me. I fervently disagree that any clown market finished me. People used to mock me about so many things back in the clown market, but I had conviction. I knew we were in a clown market. Well, I knew it deep in my bones that we were in a clown market, and I was proven right, 100% right. I even called Tesla to perfection, and I'm calling Palantir. It's one of the most insanely overvalued companies of all time. We are currently in some kind of weird bubble. And guess what? When Palantir collapses, all you little freaking clowns that were mocking me, because the stock went up, 100 price to sales, you're all going to go away. You're all going to vanish like the little mussy bussies you are. And you know what? I'll get no credit for it. I remember one time, this is the best example. There was this guy named Tech Lead, and he launched this coin called Million Token. And I instantly, because it's crypto, I instantly knew that it was a scam and a pump and dump. And I made a video about it that day. And you know what happened to that video? It got like 10 or 15,000 views. And I got like 89%, like 90% dislikes to 10% likes. I got torched in the comments. Everybody and their mother was calling me a moron and a loser. And then guess what happened a couple days later? It turned out to be a scam. And then all of a sudden, people started watching the video again and it got a bunch of likes. Wow. It's almost like I was right and I just had to wait. All I have to do is wait. That's it. I just sit here and I wait. There will be another bear market. And the same cycle will continue. The grifters will implode. All the nagging comments will go away. I'll laugh at all the clowns. Then the market will bottom. The grifters will do all their little grifter tricks to reset their cost basis. And they'll basically just ignore all the stocks they lost money on. And then we'll go back into a bear market and they'll be geniuses again. It's the cycle of life. It's the cycle of grift.
Palantir finished.
How can we buy the game without knowing it exists? That's a good point. Martin Luther King. No tenants if you hold Bitcoin. Look, I'm not arguing Bitcoin. I'm done arguing Bitcoin. Okay? It's an IQ. Bitcoin is an IQ test. It's an IQ test. If you are rational and intelligent, you understand Bitcoin is one giant scam. If you look at charts and buy stuff that goes up a lot and listen to low IQ arguments, you're going to like Bitcoin. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. I mean, and until Bitcoin crashes again, guess what? There's nothing I can say because nobody's going to listen because it went up a lot. It went up a lot, bro. So I'm wrong, but it's worthless. Chris, you don't want a hen hex? No, I don't want a hen hex with Bitcoin. I retired and kept 2 fourplexes, 113K gross, 2024 expenses, and came to 26. No mortgage, so all 87,000 profit. Paid 220,000 and 235,000 in 2009 current value. Look at you, boy, leading the world. Screw college. How many countries have you been to? Dozens and dozens. I've been to a lot of countries. I've done a lot of travel and crazy things in my life. But I bought VT, so I'm a loser. Tech lead is a clown. He's a total scumbag, piece of garbage, filth bag. Oh, but he's got more subscribers than you. He's got more subscribers than you. Oh. Yeah, okay, he's better than me. I mean, is he still on YouTube? Let's go look. I bet you he's got 1 million subscribers now. Literally scammed with million token. Go watch the video and go read the comments that I made. Go type in strongman personal finance million token. And look at all the hate that I got. Yeah, you speak the truth and you get hate. What's old tech lead? He's got one. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. This is the guy that literally scammed. This is the American way. Okay, you scam, you plunder, you deceive, you lie, and you have 1.47 million subscribers. Most video a month ago, 208,000 views. Let's see. Oh, CoffeeZilla exposed him, bro. 3.2 million views. He exposed him, bro. Oh, he's still here. Still printing tendies. What's his most recent video? Get out of tech. It's over. The next big thing in tech, Bitcoin is the social network. The end of big tech. Apple crashes. Coding Bitcoin market moves. He's still going strong. Does he have his million token video out? He probably deleted it. Million. No, he's just spilling. He's just shilling Bitcoin. Where's your million token, bruh? What happened to it? Let's see. Launching the tech lead. He has another meme coin. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. No consequences. No consequences. What a freaking loop. What a piece of garbage. This is your American hero here. America. Strongman. Oh, yeah, I demolished him. Actually, let me go pull up the video that I did. Let's go read some of the comments in the video. I'm sure they're wonderful and nice. Strongman personal finance. Tech lead. Million token. We gonna pull up? Oh, look at this. Okay, here we go. I said, tech lead million token is a sickening, disgusting grift. 17,000 views 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And then I've got, look at, I made this video about Graham Stephan. I guess Graham Stephan pumped million token. I forgot. Graham Stephan promotes million token grift bag tech lead. Of course he does. Now can you come on my channel, Graham Stephan? Okay. Here's me. You see this? You see this face? Are we sharing? Look at this face. That's me sitting in this. I'm in the same freaking room. Tech lead million token is a sickening, disgusting grift. 1,000 comments. Okay, look at this pinned comment here. Look at how much they worship him. He became rich. That's right. He scammed and became rich. He's an American hero. His new videos will be how I became a billionaire. However, he's smart by scamming, exploiting a loophole, scamming filth garbage to make 10 to 100 million in 1 to 2 weeks and getting away with it. I wish to be 1% as smart of him. So they like him because how you're worshipped in America is if you're able to scam people and get away with it. So you're supposed to just make money however you can. And if you get the money, you are you're a Chad, you're a winner, you're successful because you were able to grift and get away with it. Like, wow. He pocketed about 3 million from his fans and they are thanking him. Yes. Let's see. Oh, I got a compliment here. 1 year later, you hit the nail on the head. Oh, really? And then here's another grifter. Only scam I see is the fact that you use the hype of this token to try and gain notoriety. Funny how this is your most viewed video. So once again, What's the standard response? You're just a hater. You're just a hater. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Let's see. Oh, I've seen this clown before. Million is going to kill Shiba Inu, another clown token. You were right. CoffeeZilla said the same. Oh, wow. Somebody's giving me a compliment. Wow. Look at this. Look at this clown. Chill. He's being sarcastic, bro. He was just being sarcastic. Yeah, he only made $3 million. He was just being sarcastic. But he also made $3 million from his fans. It's obvious you can't understand humor. Ha, 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 ha. Look at this moron. It's at $145. I'm missing out. So when you tell me I'm missing out of Palantir, when you tell me I'm missing out on Bitcoin, I always think back to stuff like this. I'll be right in the end. I will be right in the end. Oh, 10 months on and it's at little over $2. Shocker. MM seems legit to me. I bought and got lots of gains so far. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you're gained. I'm sure you made so much money, bro. Sold 30% of my coins and made 10K of profit. You're such a loser buying VT. Already deposited back into my... Okay, so you gambled. Still 5x of my buy-in price. I get the feeling Angry Man Personal Finance is just sad that he missed out getting it at $1 to $2. You're so stupid strong, man. But the question is, did you buy in? Because if not, you're missing out on a cheap ride to the moon. And then this clown says, this didn't age well. Oh, did it? It didn't age well? Wow. This is what I get. This is what I get. They came back to daddy. Oh, no, they didn't. They're back with tech. And he launched another meme coin. Wow. Yeah, Tech Lead is a scammer. Million was the last. No, he's got a new one. All right, we got a question. What percentage of bonds should someone have in their 50s or 60s? What kind of bonds? Corporates, short-term, intermediate, or long? I mean, me personally, I'm going to have just short-term treasuries and VT, but that's not to say that you can't have other types of bonds. But, you know, honestly, if you really want advice, go to Vanguard and check out their advisor services. You'll have to pay money, but it's just the way it is. Chris, you hated on Palantir at $20, $60. It will never crash back there. Oh, really? Okay. This company is the future. 5 trillion market cap. I mean, it could get to 5 trillion. You want to know why? Because the market is insane. New Gaffy Waffy. Okay, we got Dill Pickle here. Bitcoin just moved inverse to the US dollar. All right, let's replace Bitcoin with Million Token. Million Token just moved inverse to the US dollar. If you buy Million Token, you are betting the dollar will continue to plummet in value. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. Echo's channel has gone downhill. Not sure how he can monetize it. Yeah. I mean, he's just a clout chaser. I mean, he really doesn't believe in anything. He never believed in grifter slang. His investing advice was sporadic. It was all over the place. Indexes are good when the market's down. Clown stocks are good when the stocks are going up again. He just had nothing. Okay? He never believed in it. This channel is making more money even though less subs or views. Oh, yeah. You'd be surprised. A lot of these big YouTubers, they don't make a lot of money. And most of my money comes from shilling taxes. I mean, I make $500, $600, sometimes $700 a month on this channel from ad revenue, but I do sponsored videos. I get tax clients from this. You can't rely on the ad revenue. You have to provide a service. You have to provide something of value to people. You can't just live off ad revenue unless you're like Asmongold. Okay. Now, at some point in my life, hopefully this channel grows to where I can get like $2 to $3 or $4 grand a month from ad revenue. And that'd be great. That'd be wonderful. But I don't rely on it. I rely on my accounting skills to make me money. And last year, the vast majority of my income came from my accounting skills, from side businesses. not from YouTube ad revenue. But if he's doing it for a hobby and not for financial gain, I guess it's a win. No, he's pretty he wants to be famous on YouTube because he doesn't have a good skill set. His skill set is Googling stuff. Like, that's the most AI replaceable thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm pretty sure Scott Schaefer doesn't make much money. I agree. I don't think he does. Scott Schaefer hasn't shown up since you roasted him in his rainbow ring. Oh, he'll be back. He gets video ideas from me. He'll pop into my videos. Sometimes he won't comment, but oh wow, another grift that strongman exposed. Let me copy him. If someone could get a loan for 0% interest, do you recommend they take it and put it in VT? No, I wouldn't do that because what if we went into like a multi-year bear market? Like, and then you got the loan payments. You're gonna be forced to sell. We don't need leverage here. Just buy VT, reinvest dividends. It's that easy. Jesus. Andrew Marshall's in the house. What's up, brah? Even if you think Bitcoin is a scam, you can't argue with its trading history. Seems foolish to not have 2 to 5% exposure. I disagree. When I start buying it, going to zero was very possible, but now countries buying that. No. Look, it doesn't matter if other people are buying. There is no bottom to Bitcoin. There is no bottom to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin starts to crash, what is Bitcoin at right now? Let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, bro. Bro, it went up a lot. Chris, do you not know how to look at a chart? You must be really low IQ. Bro, look at the chart. Buy what went up a lot. Look at the returns, bro. It's that easy. Can I pull up Bitcoin and stock analysis? No, I guess not. Bitcoin price. Okay. Let's check out Bitcoin here. Let's go look at Bitcoin. So here's the moron analysis of Bitcoin. Bitcoin price. Click 5 years. Oh my God. Oh, 908%. The index only did. So how much is VT up? Probably like 67% if you don't count dividends. With dividends, probably like 75, 80. Oh, why would you buy VT? If you could get this. That's literally why people are buying Bitcoin. That's the only reason. Fact. But the problem is there is no underlying value to Bitcoin and there's no bottom. So if you're buying the dip, like back here during the clown market, it was at like 64,000 and then it went all the way down to what? 17,000? Well, why buy at 16 or 17,000? It can drop from 16,000 all the way to 5,000. And when it gets to 5,000, it could drop to 2,000. And when it gets to 2,000, it could drop to 500. It could go anywhere because there's nothing underpinning the coin. Nothing. You cannot buy the dip. It's impossible. With a company, you know that it has assets. You know that it has future profits, hopefully in the future. There's some kind of bottom to the company as long as it's not going bankrupt. And even if it goes bankrupt, there's still liquidation value. This has nothing. I don't care where this goes. I will never buy this. Ever. I don't care if it goes to $1 million a coin. I will never buy it. Because the only reason it goes up is because Bitcoin shills convince other morons to buy it. That's all Michael Saylor is doing. He's going out there and proselytizing Bitcoin because he currently owns Bitcoin and he wants more people to buy it. That's it. And at some point, I bet you Michael Saylor will sell. He'll never sell. Yeah, I bet you he will. And he will make billions. And when Bitcoin collapses, you know what you're going to do with Michael Saylor? You're going to worship him as a god. Because he conned you, but he made a lot of money. And because he made a lot of money, that means he's a success story. Even though he perpetuated a con and a pump and dump. But you won't care. You'll still worship him anyway because he's got lots of zeros in his bank account, and that's all that matters. Fact. I'm never buying this. I don't care. And people are like, oh, you told people not to buy Bitcoin. Yes, I stand by that to this day. Don't ever buy this. Ever. You don't need to put $1 into this. It's worthless. And I will be proven right again. Every freaking time. And the collapse may be even more. Look at this chart. God. What is this world? What is wrong with... There's something wrong when all this capital is flowing into nonsense. This is nonsense. This is not an efficient allocation of capital. People buying this worthless garbage. Is there nothing else to invest in anymore? Are we running out of things to invest in? Oh, let's just make up new things to invest in. What's coming next? I can't wait to see what kind of BS people come up with next. But everybody's getting into it, bro. I don't care. They're just trying to make money off of it. Jesus. All right. So no, I'm putting 0% into it. 0. I never will put money into it. Countries laundering their money. Yeah, what did El Salvador buy Bitcoin? I made money shorting Palantir. How would you short Palantir? It's the future, bro. Here come all the Bitcoin bros. Oh, they love to think they got a one-up on me. You clearly don't know anything about shorting. People in Capital Mind said know my performance on it. You can go there and look. Better question. If you could get a loan at 0% interest, would you put it in treasuries and then take the interest? Yes, I would do that. I would put the money in short-term treasuries and arbitrage it. Yes, I would do that. But I would not buy stocks with a loan because stocks can go down a lot for a long time, and then you're cooked. Let's see. If you only have short-term treasuries in your retirement, don't you think you'll be below the rate of inflation most of the time? Is that okay with you? Well, I'm going to have 5 years of expenses in short-term treasuries, and the rest is in DT. That's it. So will the treasuries underperform inflation? Maybe. But it's 5 years of expenses. And literally everything else is in VT. So I think over time, I'll be able to beat inflation. Oh, VT doesn't beat inflation. But in reality, if I have 5 years of expenses in short-term treasuries and the rest in VT, I think I can make that portfolio last a long time. And longer-term bonds are risky because interest rates can fluctuate. In 15 years of Bitcoin, there's only like 11 days you could have bought and currently be at a loss. There's billions of dollars in electricity and hardware that back up the... Yeah, we're blowing electricity on nonsense. On nonsense. This is a huge waste of capital. Author, he lost 30% shorting something else as well. And was copying Martin Shkreli trying to short quantum stocks. These clowns got cooked. Gil, my man. Martin Shkreli was a clown too. And then come back. I made money shorting quantum too. He laughed at me when I told him I'm shorting Palantir. I love these little debates in the comments. He made money. Martin Shkreli told me it ain't smart to short Palantir while that clown was down big. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't agree with shorting anything. I don't agree with shorting anything because it's all about timing. I say this story before. I remember during the clown market, I saw inflation start to pick up, and I'm like, I think treasuries are going to drop. Long-term treasuries are going to drop. So I was screwing around in my Robinhood account. I'm like, oh, I'll spend a couple $100 on a put against long-term, like TLT. I bought a TLT put because I believe treasuries were going to drop. And I was 100% right. They did massively, but I screwed up the timing. And it basically almost expired worthless. I basically just sold it off to save a couple, like $100. But I lost money shorting, and I was 100% right. Because the timing is the thing. I don't like the timing aspect of it. That's why I like being long VT, because I don't have to worry about timing. I'm making meme coin. You want it? We will lock. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make a competitor to Bitcoin, and then we'll pump it up. Sup, Andrew Marshall? Did you see UFC? Sad to see DPP get owned by boring hugging. Got to hold VT as a hedge against VTI. You need VT, VTI, VOO, QQQ, SCHG, And then you're diversified, bro. Yeah, it was a good fight. I'm disappointed in the Japanese. I don't care about UFC. His ego might be hurt. Martin Luther King says, read the Bitcoin white paper on stream to prove you aren't dumb enough to read it. I'm not reading. Okay, you know what? Look, Mr. Richie Rich, Mr. Bitcoin trillionaire, you send me $100 and I will read the Bitcoin white paper on another live stream. I will read the entire Bitcoin white paper, but you must send me $100 to do it. I'm not going to sit here and read the Bitcoin white paper for free. I'd rather stare at the wall and watch paint dry than read the Bitcoin white paper. But a champion. Strongman, it's weird how similar we are personality-wise, but how different we are on risk. Why are you so risk-averse? You're young enough to put 10 to 20% in high-risk reward. I've just always been like an index dude. Like, that's how I started. And it makes sense to me. And I know it works. It works. It works. When I was younger, I just put money in my 401k. That's all I did. And it worked. Why do I have to take high risks now? I don't need to at all. I can just let my portfolio sit there, and over time, I think it'll grow. Hopefully. There's no reason to take risk anymore, especially at this point in my life. I'm deep. I have like 50 grand in treasuries right now, short-term treasuries. No risk. Strong. Martin Luther King says, I'll send you some Bitcoin. Nope, I want fiat. Schwab has themed portfolio investing options now starting at 250, covers a ton of sectors. Well, then you might as well just buy a VT or VTI. You get all the same sectors in VT or VTI. You do not need to buy a themed portfolio from Schwab. It's just another way for them to make money. I didn't say high risk. I said higher risk, just slightly down the risk curve. Like, why would I buy QQQ? No. You don't need to buy QQQ if you have VT. All the top holdings in VT are in QQQ. I have the same stocks. The only difference is the weighting. That's it. There's no reason to buy QQQ if you have a total market index. JT says, I've lost hundreds of thousands trying to trade stocks and crypto. Would be so much further ahead if I did Strongman's plan. It works. Start at when you get your first real job at 22. Set up an automatic contribution in your 401k. Every time you get a raise, bump it up a little bit. Put money in your IRA. Buy and hold an index and never sell it. And you'll be shocked. After 10 years, you'll have multiple six figures, assuming we don't go into some catastrophic market crash. Okay? It's that easy. And you can focus on other things. You could focus on making money or having fun or whatever you want to freaking do. Because historically it's irrelevant. It's 100% irrelevant. Big A, your folks helped you out so you can afford to gamble. You're less risk averse because they can bail you out if you tank it. All the money I have, I've saved myself. All of it. I mean, obviously, I was fortunate. I was in the Army. I got the GI Bill. I didn't have to pay for college. I got the VA loan. But, I earned that being in the Army. Put up with that BS. I'm still in the freaking Army. Getting the freaking health care. I put up with all that nonsense, and every dime I saved is mine. It's mine. I've been married twice, lost $150,000 the first time and $50,000 the second time. Women spending my freaking money. And I'm still where I'm at, and I'm proud of it. And I am not gambling what I have. I have what I have, and I'm keeping it. I am not risking a dime of what I have. VT and short-term treasuries for life. For life. I will never submit. I will never surrender. Jerome's bowel movement is out. What is your Bitcoin wallet? You think I have a Bitcoin wallet? You think I have a Bitcoin wallet? Bro, you don't know me that well. This is good. I like these hangouts. I'll be doing this all the time. Like I said, when I'm fully self-employed, market open, videos during the day if it's relevant, market close, and the daily clown report. And then if I have time, maybe I'll do a hangout, probably be a weekend thing, like a weekend hangout. I think over time I could build a nice little griff community and things will be good. Drago asks, what do you think about this portfolio? VT 80%, BND 20%. That's pretty good. I mean, honestly, I don't like BND. I just don't like it because it's sensitive to interest rate risk. You know, it can drop. It's volatile. If you have that much volatility, why not just buy stocks? If you have short-term liquidity needs, you put it in short-term treasuries in a money market. I don't see the point of these like longer duration bonds, personally. And I mean, BND can outperform VT. If we have a bear market, because theoretically what happens is if the economy goes into the crapper, the Fed cuts rates, so bond prices go up because rates are coming down. So stocks are dropping, but bond prices are going up. That's kind of like the theory behind having bonds in your portfolio. But most recently, in 2022, we had stonks go down and inflation go up and bond prices went down. So if you had a diversified portfolio of bonds and stocks, everything went down. The only thing that didn't go down was short-term treasuries. And if you're relying on money, if you need it in the short term, then I don't see anything better than short-term treasuries or like a savings account or CDs, something like that. Jerome says, how can I send you $100 worth of Bitcoin? I cannot receive Bitcoin. I don't know how to receive Bitcoin. I don't know, maybe through Cash App somehow. I don't freaking know. I'm in my 40s. My parents helped me when I was 23, and I paid all their money they gave back for down payments back decades ago. I mean, it's whatever. You know, some people have help from their parents. Some don't. It is what it is. At least you admit it. Strongman is already a Canadian millionaire. Yeah, I'm a millionaire in Korean won. The meat dong report, please. No, it's the dong report. I like the dong report. Lol. Okay, this guy says, set up a wallet in Electrum on stream and I'll send you 0.09338 Bitcoin. Electrum. Are you going to send me 100 Bitcoin? I'm going to do this right now. Electrum. Is this a scam? Is Electrum a scam? Electrum itself is not a scam. It's a legitimate open source Bitcoin wallet established in 2011 and trusted by the Bitcoin community. However, its popularity makes it a target for malicious actors who create fake versions or exploit vulnerabilities. Electrum. You know what? We're going to do this right now. You better send me $100 freaking dollars or 100 freaking Bitcoins, or excuse me, $100 worth of Bitcoin. Let's see. Electrum. If they ask me for my social, I'm not doing this. Do not down. I'm not downloading this. No. No, I'm not downloading this. No. Hell no. Electroid wallet, Electrum Bitcoin wallet. What if there's an app for it on my iPhone? I'm getting my freaking money. Hold on a second. Electrum. I'm on the spectrum with my Electrum. I'm getting my money. Hold on a second. Electrum. Exodus crypto. Bitcoin.com wallet. Exodus crypto wallet. Can you send me money on Exodus? I want your money. Let's go. He deleted his comment. Oh no, it's still there. Can I download? I want you to send me $100. I'm not downloading that garbage. No, I'm not. I was like, I'm not downloading that garbage on my computer. Why VT over VTI? I believe in efficient markets, and I believe you should buy the haystack and not try to find the needle. And I believe buying VTI, you're literally actively selecting for stocks. It is an active decision. Is it the worst ETF in the world? Absolutely not. It's 63% of my portfolio, but I'd rather have global exposure. And it's actually paid off this year. International has outperformed U.S. stocks this year. Doesn't mean that's going to happen in the future, but it has. Sometimes diversification works, okay? And it could work in the future. You don't know. You don't know. The Dong report, LOL. I'll go to the App Store and do the Xverse wallet. I'm getting a wallet right now. Trust. Crypto and Bitcoin wallet. I don't trust any of this stuff, dude. I just don't trust this stuff. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want that garbage on my phone. Dude deleted his comments. How frequently will you rebalance your 5 years of expenses in retirement? Monthly, annually? Will you sell VT below market? I mean, at some point I'll have to rebalance. So maybe I'll probably just have to pick something. Every 6 months, every year. Some years the market will be up, some years the market will be down. Maybe I'll just do it annually just to keep it simple. Something like that. It's just a DCF calculator. Download it. JT, he will get to see what a pain in the butt crypto is to use and withdraw. Yeah, dude, I'm not putting that crap on my phone. I can't do it. I don't trust any of it. Martin Luther King, Electrum isn't a scam, but there are a lot of fake versions out there with Mal. There you go. No. JT says America will start to underperform. It's possible. Martin Luther King says Electrum only has a desktop application. You need to verify the developer's GPG signature. Who can deal with this? Who deals with this crap? Honestly, I cannot imagine why you'd sit around and just tolerate this scam nonsense. I don't want to deal with this. No, you know what I like? PayPal. I like Cash App. No, that's kind of grifty too. Venmo, Zelle. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah. I don't need Electrum on the Spectrum wallet on my desktop full of freaking malware stealing all my private information. God, I hate crypto so. It's such a grift. It's such a freaking grift. Oh my God. What time is it? 3:50. 3:50. We'll do another 10, 15 minutes and I'm getting out of here. Fake Alias, what's up, man? Damian DuPont, how can I buy shares of your channel before you hit 1 million subscribers? I could literally do that. I could go on Gigastar. Let's go check out Gigastar. That's something we could do right now. Gigastar is like this. I actually saw an ad for Gigastar on Facebook. And it was clear value tax shilling Gigastar. So let's go to the Gigastar market. I could literally like write off into the sunset. Basically just like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell 50% of my channel for $1.2 million. And then I just pocket $1.2 million and write off into the sunset. Let's see. Gigastar, fueling human creativity. Fueling the grift. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's go check out Gigastar. Let's see whose channels we can invest in. 33 channel drops, 6.2 million raised for creators, 790,000 distributed to investors. So you sign up for this nonsense and you sell part of your channel, and then you go ahead and I guess pay a part of your revenue. What's the creators list? Let's see the creators on here. Excuse me, the grifters. Creators. Can I calculate my drop? Okay, what was your last 12 months of revenue, excluding brand deals? I didn't really make that much off ad revenue, maybe like $6,000. I can't even go that low. I guess I'm not welcome on Gigastar. How much of your channel's revenue would you be willing to sell to investors? All of it, bro. Half of it, totally. Select a multiplier for your last 12 months of revenue based on historical and a reasonably expected future revenue. Well, I'm the future, bro, so we're going to do a 10x multiplier. So my channel's value, so if I made 20 grand, of revenue last year and I sold 50% of my future profits and I put a 10x multiplier, my channel's valuation is $200,000. So I could just plunder $100,000. Now, let's say I was like super successful on YouTube and I made $100,000, $110,000. I could cash out $500,000 from you morons. Secondary trading. What's this? Are we sharing? Yeah, we're sharing. What is the secondary market? Can I see the stock? Can I see the cryptos trading? The secondary market is planned for Q4 of 2020. Oh my God. They're creating a stock market for grifters, a crypto token market for grifters. Buy my crypto token, bro. So you could issue yourself channel revenue tokens. You could pump it constantly on your channel, and then you could sell it when it peaks. God, what a frick. It's such a grift. Liquidity, price discovery, increased access, portfolio diversification. Yeah, I need to diversify VT with Stockmo and clear value taxes, freaking garbage channels. The big picture. Gigastar's secondary market is a component of our vision for an end-to-end investing ecosystem, grifto system. The vision is one where individual or institutional investors can participate in the creator economy. Wouldn't that be crazy if there like every YouTube channel was like public on Gigastar and you could buy a YouTube channel freaking index? I mean, that might be coming in the future. Like literally everything in the future can be investable. Everything. There's no more private markets, basically. Everything's on the blockchain. Everything can be traded. It's just crazy. Okay. After a 12-month holding period, if there is a secondary market for channel revenue tokens trading as digital assets, you may trade or sell your CRTs. You have to hold it for 12 months? Screw that. Are channel revenue tokens cryptocurrency? No, channel revenue tokens are a digital token, but not a cryptocurrency. They represent an investor's share in a YouTube channel's future AdSense revenue. Did I not say that if somebody's channel gets deleted, you go to zero? Look what happened to Stink Blow. Unfortunately, he came back. Why you want him to download an extension wallet when he can get a much better, easier as an app from the App Store? Yeah, I'd rather do that. My channel's worth about 50K. At these valuations, I can sell my business for multiple million. Do it. Right off into the sunset. I bought 9K of Fart Coin a few days ago, right before CPI data at 86 cents, rotating some Bitcoin into higher risk reward plays as we get into later. Oh my God. Buying House Hack is cheaper. Kevin, dude, that absolute clown raised millions of dollars on a privately held garbage REIT because he's famous. If you become famous on YouTube, you just print money for nothing. You can be the dumbest clown in the world. If you have eyeballs and people like you, they will shower you with freaking money. All right, we're going to close out in 4 minutes. I'm getting freaking tired. Well, this is good practice. I actually feel bad for like streamers. If you think about it, if all you have is streaming, you basically just have to sit your butt on the chair and just pray that people give you money. And YouTube's is so volatile. It's so volatile. The earnings go up and down and up and down. It's just it's a terrifying existence. I'm very glad that my income streams are diversified. But come like once ad revenue picks up in October, November, December, I'm gonna be sitting on this chair, grifting and shilling my tax like you've never heard before. You're just gonna have constant strongman live streams, and I'm just gonna ramble and ramble and ramble. And I've actually, it's a skill. It's really a skill. It's a skill you can develop. Because when I first got on YouTube, I didn't know how to sit here and just freaking ramble. And, basically by being on streams constantly, I've developed my rambling abilities to the point where I can just come on here and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And then, of course, you have audience input, so that makes it freaking easier. So it's pretty easy, but I'm still glad that I have other streams of income than this. Start your nonprofit fund. Nonprofit. Daddy exists for profits. I don't do charity. I don't do nonprofits. Daddy wants to make money. I need $36,000 after tax each year to survive. I need $36,000 after tax each year to survive. And anything in excess of that is going to investments. I don't do charity. I don't do nonprofits. Now, when I'm older and I'm a multi-billionaire, when I channel revenue token my channel and dump my bags onto you guys, okay, maybe I'll give some money to charity. But right now, no, I'm not giving a dime to charity. I got bills. I got kids. I got a mortgage. I got to buy food. I'm hungry. I'm actually getting hungry right now, even though it's only 4. I got stuff to buy. I got Chipotle burritos to devour in one gulp. There's no charity. There's no nonprofits. You need to promote more. I mean, I think I'm kind of tapped out on services. Like sponsored videos, bookkeeping, tax preparation, one-on-one consulting. Like, there's only so many services I want to do. I'm perfectly happy to make between 50 to 100K tax prepping each year, and then just spending the rest of the year just having fun on YouTube or working out or traveling or spending time with the kids. I don't need 1,000 different. I'm not trying to become a billionaire here. Okay. If I had $100,000 a year of profit, I'd be a very, very satisfied man. Very satisfied. It feels so good. I want a big business, bro. I want to make billions. I don't need billions. Simple things keep me happy. I like to work out. Makes me feel good, all warm and fuzzy inside. I like to hang out with my kids. Sometimes they're brats, but it's okay. You discipline them. I like having a beer every once in a while. I like drinking coffee. I like reading a book. I like decompressing and playing a video game every once in a while. That's all I need. I don't need to be a billionaire. I don't want to be a billionaire. Sorry. I want to die with $3 or $4 million. And of course, we can inflation adjust that, but whatever. I don't need a lot of money. I just want to be able to have fun and ramble and fight the good fight. That's all I want with my life. You don't want to be a billionaire? What's wrong with you? Promote more grifts, skills to pay. Look, the tax is the way. The tax is the way. My gross revenue was $21,000 last tax season. That's pretty good. And remember, I said all I need is $36,000 of profit to survive the full year. So I think I can get 36 to 40 grand this next tax season if I really buckle down. And my strategy, it's going to be, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to directly solicit hundreds of YouTubers via email. I'm going to reach out to all these freaking CPAs and say, hey, if you're over capacity, give me referrals and I'll pay you a cut. I'm going to be on YouTube constantly shilling, and I'm going to drop probably about $150 a month on Meta to advertise my business. And if I get to 36 grand of profit, that covers everything. And that doesn't count the Army. I'm in the Army. That doesn't count YouTube ad revenue, which is okay. You know, I get little super chats. I'll read these in a second. I don't need a lot of money. Okay. My problem is my addiction to saving. That's my problem. I'm addicted. I can't. Well, if I'm not saving, I get like anxious. I'm like, why am I not saving? I'm not saving. Oh my God, I'm failing. Oh. Most people never save, and it's like they don't care. Me, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't buy an EVT this month. That's my problem. But yeah, if I only need 36 grand a year, I think I'm going to be okay next year. I'm excited. I'm very excited about the future. And then, wow, I'll hate my life. I hate being a YouTuber. I hate tax. I want to go back to a job. That'll never happen. We got a $4 super chat, $4.99. Now you only need $35,995. Thank you very much, good sir. That's true. You know, maybe I'll get YouTube ad revenue to 10 grand next year, 15 if I'm lucky. Hopefully 36 in tax preps. That's a little over 50 grand. The Army, maybe I'll make, I don't know, 10 to 15 grand. Maybe I'll do textbooks a little bit. That's a couple grand. And then, you know, maybe hopefully I get some bookkeeping clients, a couple more grand. I'm swimming in dough at that point. When you have low expenses, life is very easy, people. Bro, you got to live a little bit. You got to blow all your money in a new car. But I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Oh, we got another one here. Look at this. Here you go, Long Dong. We just give. That's right, little piggy boy, little pay pig scum. You're trash. You're a loser. You're a clown. You're worthless. Pay me more. Give me $1,000 super chat right freaking now. If you don't give me $1,000, you're worthless. Now. Can you even give $1,000 super chat? We're not going to rest until you join our millionaire club. I mean, if the stock market keeps going up, I'll be a millionaire, but I'm not. Oh, I need to be a millionaire soon. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And even if I'm a millionaire, I still have to work because most of my money is freaking locked away in tax advantage accounts. So I'm going to have to grind for a while. But that's okay because I'll be at my own terms. Meta, my Jetta. Yes, sir. All right. Somebody asked, am I in the reserve? Yeah, I'm in the Army Reserves. I'm a senior captain in the Army Reserves. And I guess I should go try to get promoted to major. That would be very nice. And if I got mobilized, woo! Major pay, mobilized? Oh, my God. Oh. Let's see. How much would I make as a major mobilized? Let's see. So you get a tax-free housing allowance. So when you're in the Army, you get basic pay and you get a tax-free housing allowance. So literally the Army gives you tax-free money to pay your mortgage. So when you look at Army pay, it's not just the base pay. It's also your mortgage, also your tax-free allowances. So if I was a major, I would get, oh my God, look at that. I would get $2,715 a month tax-free for housing. Okay. Then I would get BAS, which is your food allowance, BAS Army Officer 2025. I would get $320 a month tax-free for food allowance. And then Army Pay Chart 2025. How much does a major make? Let's see. I mean, the Army sucks, but the pay is pretty good if you're an officer. Where's the pay chart? There we go. All right, if I was a major with 14 years of experience, I would make $9,840 a month times 12. So I'd make $118,000 a month taxable pay. 2,700 times 12. Well, no, let's do. Well, if you include the housing, it's 3,000 times 12. So I'd get $36,000 tax free, and then I get $118,000 taxable. I'd be making $154,000 if I got mobilized as a major. Like, I mean, yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's why I'm still in the reserves and I get cheap healthcare. I know we disagree on crypto, but I enjoy trading it. The car in my most recent video was bought cash last year. Hey, if it makes you happy, go for it. Major Dong. Me as a major. Major Bell. I'm only selling my trading Bitcoin. I have a hodl stash. Grifting our government. How dare you? Hey, if I get mobilized, they will have me working. Oh, I'll be working. Trust me. The reserves can be pretty chill depending on what unit you're in. But if there's a war, oh yeah, they're going to have me working. Trust me. I'll be earning that pay. And when you're an officer, you have a lot of responsibility. A lot of responsibility. A major in a battalion, they're either the XO or they're the S3. And if you're an XO or an S3, you are working you are working your butt off, and you're responsible for the plans of the unit. You work your butt off as a major in the Army. So they earn their freaking pay. But the problem with the Army is you can't make a fortune in the Army. I mean, obviously a major would make $154,000 a year. That's pretty good money, right? And if you make lieutenant colonel, maybe you go up to 160, 170. But you're not going to be like 300,000, 400,000. And you're also in the Army. So you're gone all the time. You can go to a war zone and literally freaking die. You don't see your family. You're stressed all the time. You got to do all the nonsense the Army wants you to do. It's not all roses and rainbows being in the Army. I can tell you that for a fact. I was I deployed as a first lieutenant. I wish I was a captain when I deployed, but I was a first lieutenant when I deployed, and that sucked. That sucked a lot. And yeah, I got paid decent amount for it, but it sucked. They almost made me deploy again before I got out. I'm like, I don't want to deploy again. We're going to stop loss you. Why? Why? You need to stop loss me? So if I had deployed again, so when my unit went back again, my unit's job was to be advisors to the Afghans. So they literally just hung out with the Afghans all the time, advising them and teaching them how to be, good soldiers. So how did that work out? But I was terrified. I was like, those clowns are just going to shoot me in the back. And that happens. They will literally shoot you in the back. You'll just be hanging out, and then some Afghan soldier will just shoot you, and you're dead. I don't like that. I like being around Americans because I know an American isn't going to freaking shoot me. Okay, hopefully. But the Afghans will do it. And when I was overseas in the first time, my only deployment, a U.S. general got killed by an Afghan soldier. A 2-star general got shot by an Afghan soldier. Just shot him in the back. It's like, screw these people. Oh, you got to spread democracy. And then they just shoot you. It's called green on blue. Yeah, God bless America. The military, it's awful if you have a family. Awful. Awful. No, not worth it. Teaching them to use toilet. They were so stupid. They were so stupid. I couldn't do it with a family. I agree. That's why I never want to be on active duty. I mean, if I got mobilized, whatever, it's probably for 6 months or a year maybe, but active duty. Oh, but the benefits, bro. You get a pension, bro, when you're 42, bro. It's so worth it, bro. No, it's not. You literally miss your kids growing up because you're too scared to get out of the Army and do something real. That's the problem. And then you can freaking die in some stupid country because some Afghan shot you in the back. All right, well, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I think I'm I'm hungry. I'm going to get some dinner. Appreciate the $2 super chat, Clownfish. Big A, appreciate the $5 super chat. And Why So Blue Tube, appreciate the $2 super chat as well. You guys have a wonderful, delicious day.